Hey everybody, this is Paul 125 Roller Coaster Challenge here at Zooamerica in Hershey, Pennsylvania, and we're going to take the suggested route through the zoo today. So basically, you can come into the zoo two different ways. You can actually, it's part of your mission into Hersheypark. So when you go to Hersheypark, you can go over the bridge, over by the back of the park, over by the Kissing Tower, or you can actually park in downtown and just come in the main entrance. You get yourself perspective, right there is Hersheypark right across there. So we're going to walk in here first. We're going to go through all the different exhibits and show you everything they have. So when you come in real quick here, you got the spoonbill. Come over here, the cottonmouth water moccasin is in here. So here are the spoonbills right there. And it looks like it's feeding time here. They're enjoying that. No idea what they're eating, but they seem to be really enjoying it. Now the one thing about this is in the heat of the day, it's great to come into some of these exhibits. This is a coastal estuary, so it shows you a lot of different things here. Got a lot of little crabs in here, which is fantastic. See the crabs right there? And they have this great tree exhibit right here in the middle. Now you look for a giant tortoise. He was really easy to find. He's right under the heat lamp. He is a gopher tortoise. And there he is. Over here you got some a plant exhibit. And here you got a pygmy rattlesnake. It's right there. It's a rattlesnake. Everything is very reflective here. Florida gar, a lot of fish. And when you come over here, some of the bigger attractions here, of course, is the American alligator. Now, for us, this is a big size alligator, but I'm sure in Florida and stuff like that, that's a baby. And over here, you got more tortoises. So that's where we are here. All right, so that's more of the reptile exhibit that we go with. Now, this is right up against the park and actually the town. And it's not a large park, but like right there is the Kissing Tower as you guys come on out. They have indoor exhibits and outdoor exhibits here. And right here is the American martini. It's hard to believe you're in the middle of a town here because they have it well wooden and everything to that respect. But over here is the marten. So as we come down here, there's a lot of ramps, so everything is very handicap accessible here. And they actually got, right here, they actually have a parrot section here. So their enclosures are really beautiful, and they take great care of the animals here. And of course, you know, I'm here on a good old Sunday, so it's a little bit more crowded than usual. This is actually open 7 days a week. It's very rare that it's actually ever closed. Now we're getting ready to go into the next exhibit hall. Now, like I said, compared to a lot of the larger zoos, this is not even close. But for what it is, it's basically themed towards North American animals. So we're going to go into this building right now. Automatic doors are always nice. So we come over here, you actually had a 9 branded armadillo in this area here. And there they are right there in the corner. So right there's the armadillos. And let's see what's over in this area. A lot of glass exhibits. Now this guy is the beaded lizard, and he looks definitely beaded. You can actually see the texture on his head as he looks at us. And here they have a whole Southwest kind of habitat here with different birds. This used to be the birdhouse according to this, but there is a bird right there. Now there's actually no glass here. There's a tortoise right there in front of us. But there's actually no glass, so we are actually able to pretty much look right at these birds right here. Let's go inside the structure here. Now we're entering the desert in darkness. So this is going to be extremely dark, so we're going to see how well our night vision works. There's a tortoise right here, a desert tortoise. Seems to be a lot of reptiles in this area. Oh, there is a snake right there. Looks like it's a, I don't know if it's a copperhead, but it's definitely right there. He is. Now, these animals seem to be a lot more active than most. Check this out. Let's check it real quick here. So it looks like he's pacing, so he should be coming back soon. There's a huge exhibit there. Nice little water feature. There he goes. Here he comes, coming right towards us. There he is. And that was the ocelot. It looks like it's always night around here. This is a coyote. There's a coyote right there. Let's see if we can. There's a coyote right there, but this is a really tough place to film because as you tell, it's pitch black here. Some birds in there. So we're going to head back out side as we follow the suggested route. So it seems like he's taking us up the highway here. There's some sick bird parrots over this way. Now we're in Eastern Woodlands is what they call it. So we're going to see what's over in this structure over here. It looks like here you got yourself barn owls and hawks. And there's the barn owls right there. There they are right up there. Over here they have the red-tailed hawk. But it's, yet again, it's very hot, so to find stuff is a little bit of a challenge. If you're watching the video and you see something, let us know. Alright, so here we're hitting the Eastern Woodlands. So, and then right there is the Animal Healthcare Center. Now, if you're looking where it is, right above us is the monorail. And there's bobcats in this enclosure. Now, yet again, it's very hot, so I don't know if we're actually going to find bobcats at this point, but we will keep looking. Oh, there's the bobcats. One right there, laying there. And there's one that's moving all the way in the back. Thank you. All the way in the back of the structure there is the other bobcat. He's actually a little bit more moving. This guy's kind of sleeping. That guy's moving around pretty good there. So we're going to head down this way here. I know they have different events here. I know for a fact my son actually had a birthday party here at Zooamerica, so it's a great place to take kids, and I think it was probably his favorite birthday ever. Now we're coming to an enclosure here which is mobbed, and you know why it's mobbed? It's because it's the sea otters, and everybody loves sea otters. And one thing about otters is they love the water. River otters.
I don't want to get in there and go swimming.
And there they are. Now, probably for this park, this is probably the top exhibit. I know they like to slide around and they swim, and there's a lot of different things there with the otters. Zoom in a little bit on the otters. If they were having a good time, and it's a hot enough day, they should be there all day. All right, now we're coming over here. Now, in the old days, they used to have buffalo and such, but there was a tragedy that occurred a few years ago, and they actually had to put the buffaloes down, the bison. So now, probably the biggest exhibit they have here is the bear counter, which is what we're coming to right here. Now, the neat thing about the bear counter is it's above water and below water. Now, the water is very green here, and there's a lot of birds in this area. Now, if you look behind you right there, those are the chocolate cyclone silos that basically kept all the cocoa beans for years. There's a lot of birds here. A lot of crazy birds.
I've never seen animals do that.
There you go. Let's head back over this way. And we'll catch the bears in a little bit there. Right now it's very busy out there. Just because that is the biggest attraction here is the black bears. Now we're at the far end of the park. Now the zoo actually. And like I said, right there is a great place to, right there's the chocolate silos. And like I mentioned before in other videos, Spring Creek goes right through the middle of Hersheypark. But the other neat thing about Spring Creek is it actually is right up here against the bear enclosure. Now, for some reason, we've got a million birds in the bear enclosure. But here, you go across this bridge. This is Spring Creek there. That goes right by the silos. And right over here, there's a lot of vultures and stuff around here. But if you shoot through here, what everybody's looking at in the inside part of the enclosure is actually the bears, which are all the way back there. You can see them playing. And having a good old time there. But there is a lot of birds. And these are big birds too. These are not like small birds. So, but that's the bear enclosure. So we're going to head over here now. Now this section over here used to be where the bison were, but Spring Creek flooded a few years ago, and they literally had to euthanize the bison so they didn't drown because it was not a good situation. So the big marquee thing over here, they didn't bring the bison back. But here is Big Sky Country. And the biggest thing around here is the prairie dogs. There is numerous prairie dogs here. And if you look around, you should be able to find some there. It doesn't look like they mowed the area soon. But right there's some prairie dogs here. So this is like the neatest thing here is the prairie dogs. There you go. There's some prairie dogs right there. And there's a lot of them. If you like whack-a-mole, this is like the real life whack-a-mole. And what's neat about them is, look, they're just hanging out there. They're eating. They're enjoying life. So it's a pretty big enclosure for such small animals, but there's so many of them there. And these guys are always active. If it's cold or if it's warm, there's always activity there with them. Now if we head over here, we're in the Northlands is what they're calling this area here. And of course here we actually have elk. And these elk are active in here. So this is pretty much the end of the park, the zoo. And to give you a perspective again, right there is a kissing tower. When you come over here, the elk is actually right out there, so you can get a great view. Here's some elk antlers to give you a perspective. But right there is the elk. Of course, he's in the shade because you'd be crazy not to be in the shade. All right, so now we're heading back towards the main gift shop area and the food area and such. And the neat thing is you can actually see the bears pretty good here. So let me get a little bit closer so you can actually see the bears from this angle, because kind of hiding behind that rock there. But there's the bears. Looks like they got two of them. Looks like they're playing, having a good old time there. They got a lot of bird friends, which is kind of interesting. I didn't know they hung out, birds and bears, but I guess so. Now here's the mountain lion area. And mountain lion is always difficult to find. It's kind of a small area for, what I would consider a small area for such a majestic animal, but this is the mountain lion area here. And today I do not see the mountain lions, so I don't think we're going to get the mountain lions. There's a stairs up here, so maybe it's a better vantage point. You figure they wouldn't put stairs up there if they weren't effective at finding the mountain lions. So let's look over here. He may not be in here because I do not see a mountain lion. Now, the neat thing about here is you see a stone wall right there. Right on the other side of that is houses. So you are very close to the houses in the area. All right, now once again, this area right here used to be where the bison were. Now there's some deer in there. Not quite as exciting as bison. But yet again, it was quite tragic. Oh, and there goes the monorail coming through. So the monorail actually shows you this whole section and stuff, which is great. And as we come through here, we're a little bit of shade, which is always refreshing this time of year. And there's the monorail going through the zoo. Thank you. So that was the bison area. Now we're wrapping back around. We're heading back to, if you look over there, there is the main gift shop and the area. There's that kissing tower going up again. So it's not a large zoo, They got those two, they got the deserts theme there, and they got a couple other indoor areas, but most of this zoo is completely outside. And they have one snack area, which we'll be coming to in a second, which actually your Hersheypark passes work there, so you can actually, have lunch out here if you want. You at least fill up your souvenir cup, which is always nice. So there's the silos again, monorail track, and here's where we are. So over here, Big Sky, going back to Eastern Woods. Down this way is where the wolf is, and you're crossing Spring Creek again. Now, it looks like they actually have closed down the geese and wildlife, the corn thingies, to feed them there. So we're not going to head to the zoo right now, just because of the fact that there's no reason to really head to the zoo yet. I mean the wolf enclosure. 9 times out of 10, the wolves are not available for you to enjoy. So, but over here you got a deer area, American deer, and there they are, all the way in the back there. Yet again, these birds are everywhere. I'm going to have to look up what kind of birds these are, because they are everywhere. Now, if you come right here, this is the main snack area. So, also tells you how to go here. So, we took the high road by these buildings, but there's actually a low road that takes you directly that way. And here's the food, Timber Treats it's called. And as you can tell, you can get a lot of different options there. You got pretzels and you got hot dogs and all that. And you have a great seating area, which is right near the zoo, the wolf area. So now we're heading back towards the gift shop. So we took that high road right there into the buildings when we started. That was a suggested route. So now we are suggesting that we're heading out of the park. But before we go out of the park there, it's a nice little shady area here. And here you've got porcupine. And porcupine are just a lot of fun now. I don't see any porcupine. Oh, there he is. I found the porcupine. Alright, so right there is a porcupine. We'll get a better view in a second. Cut over this way. Alright. Looks like he's a lonely porcupine, but he looks like he's full spiked, so he's ready to go. And right there is the Spring Creek that's going into the park. Hey, look over here, you got another enclosure. Looks like it's a bird enclosure. It's actually, no, it's a martin. It's a martin enclosure. He's hard to find, or she. We don't know what it is, but we know it's not there. Now, if you shoot over here, that section right there, if we took that other path there, that's the wolf enclosure there. Now, this time of day, there's not many wolves around. And then the last thing that's here is a Canadian lynx. So let's see if we can find a Canadian lynx. There we go. So here's the enclosure. I don't see the Canadian lynx. Now, if I was the lynx, I'd be hanging out here by the water. But yet again, I don't see him. If you see him, let us know. But there's the wolf area there, and the wolf area is huge. There's gray wolves in there, and they're always difficult to find. So as you come back up here, this building right to our left is actually the first exhibit that we hit for the suggested route. We actually got some nest boxes here, barn owls and curtals and the bat house. So basically, when you come back here, you can actually see the triple towers behind you. But when it comes to this area here, everything goes in and out of the gift shop. So we're going to walk into the gift shop quick. And actually down here is the education room. That's where Devin actually had his birthday party, which we really enjoyed that. Zooamerica. So the last thing I want to show you is, if you go this way, it takes you to their parking lot. And this is the gift shop. But if you go this way, it takes you back to Hersheypark. So this is actually part of your admission. So there's the bridge. And basically just go to the triple towers or the kissing tower, and you will be able to find your way in. This is Paul, 125 Roller Coaster Challenge here at Zooamerica at Hershey, Pennsylvania.